Let's go to the bridge. And we're gonna continue our travel to Footfall, as we planned to. Here. And Footfall, it's here. Ooh, it's a long path. We can actually... Oh. We can actually chart one. Ah, this is a path here. Oh my god, it's deadly. This is not good. Yeah, let's make it unsafe. Okay, and let's travel there. Okay, visit. And let's go to the Footfall. Yeah, here. Let's bring Argenta, because she has story with Footfall. She has some mystery with Footfall. Forgot to level up. Yeah, just be careful with your plasma. Whenever an enemy is killed by a crit, that plasma can actually bounty hunter. Yeah, let's do this. Yeah, where are you? This. So this is a close range. This one is very... So this is medium range, and this one is a very close range. Okay. Where is Opticons? There is. Okay, but first, can I get this loot? Huh. No. Okay. Let's go talk with Opticon.
It's about time.
Here's Opticon.
Access has been granted to the following options: information exchange, strengthening of diplomatic links, trade deals, donations.
Okay, show the data slate. I have collected planetary data that may interest you.
With a respectful nod, the tech priest takes the data slate.
The collected data is of interest, significant, compliant with the criteria for cooperation. The Cognizance Fleet thanks you for your contribution and guarantees the provision of a reciprocal service indulgence in the form of parts and equipment.
Reporting, the Kappa Thread supply line is ready to continue cooperation with the von Valancius dynasty in the sphere of planetary reconnaissance.
Very good. Okay, I must take my leave.
The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all.
Okay. So, here. So we have the leaders of the genetic aberrations who infested. So this one is the leader of the genetic aberrations who infested the dynasty's flagship has confessed that the despicable mutants had used the Herox Rim trading station to launch their infiltration. That layer of corruption must be incinerated. Nah, but I want to go to Mundus Valancius. Yeah, here. I'm gonna go on Darkonus. Okay, so we go back. Where is the ship? It was here. No, here.
Former/716B is valid for up to 11 hours from the placement of the stamp.
Actually, it's here.
You
Sorry.
have submitted it after 14 hours and 8 minutes. Your cargo registration request is denied.
Okay. Go on the bridge. So Mundus, where is that thing? Ah, this one is the previous one. I want to go here. How can I reach there? So we can go all the way. I'm guessing all the way here.
Lord Captain, the Lex mechanics assigned to the Astropathic Chapel are reporting a significant drop in our communications potential. This may be a consequence of the telepathic ritual in which your lordship deigned to participate. The enforcers report that the choir master asked for an audience with the Lord Captain and has since locked himself in the chapel, refusing to let anyone in. As brazen as the audience request may seem, I cannot shake the feeling that it is a cry for help.
Okay, let's go talk with Choir Master.
The Master-at-Arms reports a disturbance in the Foundry Bay. A certain Nemesite, an avenging figure beloved by lower deck rabble, shot the commandant during a routine medical supply delivery and called on the vessel's serfs to fight for a better life. The rabble immediately plundered the medical storehouse and proceeded to smash other supply stations, slaughtering officers as they went.
Oh my.
Nemesite has escaped, and the situation on the deck is increasingly spinning out of control. The Master-at-Arms asks permission to employ the harshest possible treatment, not simply to restore order, but to avenge the dead commandant, as well as the fallen enforcers.
Okay. Learn more about Nemesite.
The Master-at-Arms reports that this is the fourth Nemesite to operate on the lower decks over the past few years. The previous three were captured by enforcers, and each openly identified themselves as Nemesite. The public executions evidently have no effect. People continue to rally around their hero as soon as one emerges and always believe in the invulnerability of their champion. The Seneschal points out that all Nemesites act in the same fashion. Whenever the rabble is feeling oppressed, they step forward, serving as the spark that ignites the fires of sedition. They target the officers most hated by the workers for their strictness and adherence to order, with every murder bringing cheers from the commoners. The Vox Master shares the rumors about Nemesite that abound on the lower decks. Some say he arises from the blood of oppressed laborers, some that he is the vessel's spirit of justice. Others still believe he is an immortal hero. Such veneration makes it very difficult to capture the riffraff's champion. In light of the discovery of a Genestealer cult cell on the ship, Heinrich von Calix recommends paying special attention to the Nemesite story. The interrogator suspects that an escaped mutant is behind the incitement to revolt. It is too similar to one of the tactics employed by these enemies of humanity.
Okay, discover the details of the commandant's murder.
Nemesite's reason for the attack had to do with the widow of a respected foreman. She had delayed the queue by begging to be given medicine for her afflicted children, which the commandant refused because her request exceeded the expenditure quota. The widow persisted and was given 10 lashes on the spot. That was when Nemesite fired the fatal shot that set off a mutiny in the compartment.
Okay, request information about the Foundry Bay.
It is a place of unbearable heat and poisoned air, where scrap metal is melted down into plates that are later used to repair and refit the hull. There are no critical facilities here, and the bay is fairly easy to isolate. This opens up opportunities for quelling unrest with no casualties among the enforcers.
Okay, comfort the exhausted people by giving them medicine and supplies.
The unrest has subsided. While the serfs praise
Good.
the rogue trader's generosity, the enforcers gloomily predict that the rabble will simply shed blood even more quickly and willingly the next time they find themselves lacking for something.
Okay, I'm here. Let's... Where is the... Here. I want to go talk with the choirman. With Weisz. He locked himself into a room. What's your problem? Yeah. Let's go to the chapel. Yep. Where are you? Yeah, here you are.
An unpleasant heaviness grows in your head, as if a vice were slowly tightening its grip on your mind. The choir master is kneeling, his burnt-out eyes peering into the void. He raises his head, and you see a weary old man, weak and frightened. He whispers,
She is here. Adeline has returned.
Again?
She is asking me for help. But you scare her. She is hiding from you. You will not harm her, will you?
From every direction, every shadow, comes playful, girlish laughter. At times it transforms into an old man's rueful weeping, at other times into a deep growl of annoyance. The sounds form cold, malicious words. The sorrow will be eternal.
So everybody got damaged. Come on.
Argenta's scornful laughter cuts through the sinister whispers.
Sorrow? To perceive corruption is a triumph, for once you perceive it, you can eradicate it. Cower, blasphemous spawn. I hear your voices, and I follow the trail. His is such a terribly wounded soul. It has all but sunk beneath the gray-blue blisters of guilt, and they are swelling ever so rapidly. The last silvery speck of hope could fade at any moment.
Choir Master, what is going on?
Weisz says nothing. His otherworldly gaze is directed through you and past you, to a spot further inside the chapel. His lips silently whisper a name over and over.
Address the shadows. What twisted creature are you?
The mocking laughter of an old man turns into a moaning whisper. I am the victims. I am the murdered innocents. I am his guilt.
How do I find Adeline?
Adeline? She is there, in the shadows.
A tortured sigh escapes his feeble body.
Many shadows lie. The true ghosts are hiding among the false ones. But I hear Thaddeus's earnest prayer and old Stavros's words of disappointment. He always doubted my talents as a mentor. I hear poor Antonius's scream, the scream he let out when he unwillingly gave up the last of his vitality. Annis's pleas, I condemned her to an existence as a half-machine. I almost sense Savicia's touch. She tried to save me, but she fell instead. So many voices, all condemning me for what I did. Find them, separate the true voices from the false echoes.
Oh, you are execute Weisz. You are clearly the problem here, old man, and I cannot put the ship at risk. Okay, I will find your Adeline and bring her into the light.
The shadows croak hoarsely in an old man's voice. Why do you seek his redemption? He was always a terrible leader and talentless mentor. He doomed everyone. The indignant tremble grows into a roar of righteous condemnation. He was arrogant. Having no notion of his own wretchedness, he did not put his faith in the Emperor, but instead believed himself to be invincible. The voice grows weaker. It is now a young man's, soft and full of anguish. And he paid for his mistake with our lives. It was cruel and painful.
Okay.
The voice grows heavy with a metallic clang. We begged him to reconsider, but he took our minds away as punishment. The shadow's speech is now gentler and more feminine, but we were loyal to him regardless. We tried to save him even though he had not saved us. The voice becomes cold, resonating with sorrow from beyond this world. He is guilty.
Alright, let's see. So, something from beyond this world is lurking in the chapel, twisting the choir master. Rogue Trader must find a way to uncover it, so it's somewhere here. Let's go see what's going on with the chapel. Yeah, let's...
The soul of another is a maze with no way out. You will never banish this sorrow. The soul of another is a maze with no way out. You will never banish this sorrow.
Ooh, they have a lot of trauma. Can try this one? Yeah, there is. Tedious. What is that?
I call to you, O Prince of Pleasure. I entrust you with my puny soul and beseech you for your protection.
All right.
You will never banish this soul. The soul of another is a maze with no way out.
Let's go around and see something. I'm missing something here.
Victory awaits.
Well, I don't know about that. You guys have a ton of traumas. I wonder, can we... you see, we cannot leave now to go on the bridge. Okay, come here. And am I gonna fight something with a gazillion of traumas? Oh my god, Kibella, you have a ton of things. More?
Give me some time alone with him.
Woo! What about this? Oh,
This ghost was sent to confound us. Direct your steps away from it, Damin. This ghost was sent to confound us. Direct your steps away from it, Damin.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
again? Okay, so now when here, that's gonna injure. Please let us not touch
Please,
that.
let us not touch that again. It only brought us pain the last time.
What about this? Ah, it's a combination.
You will never banish this sorrow. The soul of another is a maze with no way out. You will never banish this sorrow. What is inside him is not for your eyes to see.
Okay, it's definitely not this, not this. It's a puzzle. So it's not this, not this. Is there another one? Nope. Well, let's talk with Zachary. Okay, walk away. But we did touch this one. What about?
Do not touch the spawn of the veil. It is a delusion, Elentak.
Okay, but what else can I touch?
New challenge for me?
Ah, here. There is another one here. That was... Okay. So which one is then next? Ooh, look at these things. They just... Let's go for this one.
The soul of another is a maze with no way out. Go. Give me some time alone with him. What is inside him is not for your eyes to see. You will never banish this sorrow. Go.
What?
Give me some time alone with him.
Okay, we have to go again. So it's this. Followed by this. Well, it's not this, that's for sure. So it's one of these two. Yeah, let's go here. Okay, I did 3. Done? Oh my goodness. Anis. Who is let's go here. Is it this? Yep. Remember that order. This? Nope. Okay, here we go
You
again.
will never banish this sorrow.
I will. Of course I will. Even if I have to fight with 20 traumas. This. And it was this. Followed by... Not this. It was the one near the... It was this. And I know... I know it's not this. So I have to choose between this and this. Let's pick the one near Weisz. Okay. Where's the ghost? Ah, here she is.
The ghost stares at Weisz mournfully. The muffled sob coming from the apparition almost seems to take physical form as it drifts toward the choir master and envelopes him. Weisz blocks your path, extending his arms in a gesture that both calls for restraint and pleads for mercy.
Do not harm her. Please. The poor girl is frightened to death. Let me talk to her. I cannot fail her again.
Touch Weisz's hand. It's not her. You cannot wallow in your own guilt forever. There are people out there and in here who depend on you. Living people. Yeah, this one.
Weisz's expression is a mixture of pain, horror, and grief. He lowers his arms slowly.
No, your lordship. I know this is not Adeline, but an echo of the one who devoured her soul. I just wanted to see her again, hear her voice again for a brief moment.
With jerky movements, as though shaking off shackles of ice, he picks up his staff.
Ghost of my failure, now is your time to vanish.
Weisz's breathing is labored.
Thank you, your lordship. The burden was too heavy for me to bear.
On the verge of fainting, he musters the last of his strength to sit down on the steps.
Are you alright?
After a long silence, he says in a hollow voice,
In a bodily sense, yes, your lordship.
What was that, Choir Master?
A reckoning, Lord Captain. A reckoning for my great arrogance. Demons have been pursuing me for years, following my scent, sending me dire messages, hunting me, and now they have me. The entities that manifested here during the ritual were banished, but a lingering echo of their presence has latched onto the shadows. It has sprouted in the darkness and pounced upon my mind.
Why are demons pursuing you?
I am guilty. I wronged them. I had been promised a great future at the Scholastica Psychana, for my talents were exceptional. But fate would not have it, and instead of serving on Holy Terra, I ended up here in the Expanse, where barely a gleam of the Astronomicon reaches. My pride took a heavy blow, but my spirit was not cowed. I set about to assemble a choir unlike any yet seen here. A mighty, resonant, astounding choir. Lady Theodora expended tremendous resources bartering with captains and governors to procure astropaths of my choosing. I brought together talents and budding geniuses under my authority. They were to ensure I would make a triumphant comeback. And they could do that for me, that team of brilliant astropaths whose talents were honed to perfection. Adeline, Annis, Antonius, every one of them surpassed myself as I used to be. I saw that my time was coming, and I lied when I told you it was Lady Theodora who had forced us to go through with the ritual. The idea had been mine. When, in her paranoia, her ladyship set out to find spies aboard the ship, I made her an offer. A ritual that would give her the names, in exchange for my fledgling's freedom and my own. It was a good deal. She was willing to trade 7 astropaths for the names of traitors. And I doomed them all. My pride killed them.
So, if you got your freedom, why did you stay on the ship?
At first, Lady Theodora wanted to have me executed for what had happened, but then she regained her composure and graciously agreed to honor our deal. But where was I to go? My dead were all here.
What went wrong during that ritual?
He chuckles bitterly, and scarlet stains bloom on his blindfold made of sacred manuscripts.
Adeline was my ritual protector, only to become my greatest vulnerability. When the mad stream of other people's thoughts started to disorient my astropaths, I became frightened for her. I hesitated, I wanted to spare her, and I lost control. The right thing to do would have been to sacrifice her, but I couldn't. I had always had a soft spot for her. Her genius had made her my favorite.
What about the other voices? Were they your apprentices as well?
Not all of them. Stavros was the oldest in the choir, he had been on the ship even longer than I, mighty, wise man, if acrimonious. He envied me and criticized my ambition, but I was fond of him all the same. Thaddeus was the ship's confessor. Theodora had insisted on his presence. When it was over, he was the only other survivor, and he confronted me with angry accusations. I could not bear to listen to him, so I silenced him. Killed him. Savisha was an ordinary servant. She fought the Immaterium's monsters until the warp began to prevail. She tried to save me, to lead me away, but I did not listen. She stayed at my side until the last moment and died a terrible death, all because of my accursed pride. The rest were my voices. Antonius was the youngest. He had been in the choir for only a short while. When the situation turned dire, fear got the best of him, and I was infuriated by his weakness. I dominated Antonius's mind and impelled him to use up every spark of his life force for the ritual. Annis's doom came even earlier. She was the one person who told me, in front of the choir, that the ritual was madness. In my anger, I ordered her servitorist. I believed I had to protect my authority. She died on the spot where you're standing now. I think she was still aware.
More scarlet drops seep through the choir master's red-stained blindfold.
All my voices, I remember the name of each one whose life I cut short within these walls.
Man, Weisz, you are mean. Surprised. Okay. Now I know the truth.
That is for the best. I can no longer carry this burden alone. With Lady Theodora dead, the thought of my crime being forgotten, erased from history, is unbearable. I want to be judged and condemned.
Okay, you have already condemned yourself to years of torment. I cannot give you a new punishment, only forgiveness. And you must forgive yourself, or you have not allowed the warp to break you, and I believe the Emperor's light is strong in your soul. Continue your service, for humanity needs you, and in duty you will find redemption. Or, your ambition was worth the risk. You were simply unlucky with your students. The weak are destined to be stepping stones for others on the path to knowledge. Accept this sacrifice and live without regret. Or you do not deserve absolution. Your service will continue. Zachary Weisz, I find you guilty and condemn you to death. So I'm between these two. You have already condemned yourself to years of torment. I cannot give you a new punishment, only forgiveness, and you must forgive yourself. You have not allowed the warp to break you, and I believe the Emperor's light is strong in your soul. Continue your service, for humanity needs you, and in duty you will find redemption. I go with this.
The choir master grips